the Brown Boys. The Brown Boys. The Brown Boys. We the Brown Boys. The Brown Boys. We the Brown Boys. But LeBron still the top dog. LeBron had Adam Silver slippers down on bending knees. Adam Silver said, hey, LeBron, go ahead and make your decision. We holding the league up. We holding some dates up. So you got to give props where props due. Hey, not a lot of 41-year-olds can hold up dates. They said we holding up Christmas. LeBron is holding up Christmas, yo. This nigga might be the king for real. He holding up Christmas, bro. Now, I don't agree with everything they saying in the media, but damn, you got to give props where props due. If this man still can command dates, they holding up Christmas, they holding up Thanksgiving, that means he's still prime time. Now, I know C-No finna go crazy when he hear this shit. But that does mean that he's still prime time. People want to see him. If you got Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, saying we are holding up dates for your decision, then that says a lot. That says a lot. Now, do I believe everything in the media? No. Hell no. Do I believe he has all of these teams running down looking for him because they think he's the great help at a certain number? Yeah. At his number? No. And so I can always be objective. And sometimes because people are not used to hearing anything objective about LeBron, then they automatically say it's hate. Automatic. So you can't avoid that. If you don't just say his stats, if you don't just say he the greatest, then everything you know. And I understand that. It come with it. It's all about who we like. LeBron like Big U to Adam Egghead Silver. But I will give props where props due. That man in his 40s, having it his way, commanding dates in the league at 40, that's hard to do. That's tough. You got to give him his props on that. That's tough. So I definitely will give him his props on that. But let's hear what Kendrick Perkins is saying about LeBron. Yeah, he holding up dates. And he still got some juice. LeBron ain't getting up the juice. You got the juice now. LeBron said, hell no, I'm gonna keep it. He still got some juice in his towel, boy, that they holding up dates. Let me put up Stephen A so we could bloviate.
Now, word of the day on this entire LeBron situation. What is it, my friend?
I do, Malika. And listen, I just realized that school is about to start again in about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So Bron needs to hurry up. At this point, the word to describe what he's doing is grandstanding.
Ooh.
Grandstanding. I believe that he already knows where he wants to go, but the definition of grandstanding, the act or practice of behaving or performing in a showy way in an attempt to impress others. I believe that he already knows where he wants to go. I believe that LeBron James is in the moment where he wants to feel love. He's loving all the attention. He's loving the phone calls from all the different organizations that want him to come there. He's loving the phone calls from all the other stars and superstars around the league. And rightfully so, because guess what? If I was in this position, damn it, I would be grandstanding as well. But at some point, I want to go on vacation.
Now that's real. Hey, he kept it real on that. Because I would too. At 40-something years old, if I can hold up the league and make everybody think about me before they make a decision, who wouldn't? This is last hoorah. He's sticking his chest out, planting his flag like I ran this for 20 years. This is the thanks I get.
At some point, I don't want to be on call for when LeBron James make his announcement. Damn it, hurry up. Hurry up.
You might be on call for a couple more days here, Kendrick Perkins, because this has been unspooling since I left a couple of weeks ago. Janae, LeBron is entering year 24, right? And I think we've talked so much about where he's going to go, what we could possibly be seeing. Enough guessing on that front. What is actually the most valuable skill that he is bringing to his next team now? He's going to turn 42 this season.
So in the spirit of words of the day, I have one particularly for millennials because there was a crazy book and show. The word to describe what LeBron James brings to a squad is he's an anamorph. He's an anamorph, which means he can fit in with any type of basketball. He can fit in with any type of player because he has a skill set that continues to morph to what the team needs to be successful. We saw him last season with the Los Angeles Lakers. He morphed into one of the best, I can't believe we're saying this, third options based off of what we've seen historically in his career. Yeah. He was able to play alongside Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves seamlessly. But then in the same year, we saw what happened in Houston. I still have PTSD because he morphed back into a primary option and won them a playoff series just by the skin on his back and on his, chin. So when you think about LeBron James, he has every skill set, passing, basketball IQ, scoring. And so it's almost like that's why he has so many callers, because everyone knows they can use him, especially the championship pedigree.
There's no reason to believe that at 42 years old, turning 42 in December, this man can't average 25 and 5 and be an all-star this season.
Well, yeah, and I ain't got a fancy word because my IQ is not that high, but LeBron's is.
You said it,
right?
not us.
LeBron, look, he's still an amazing athlete, especially for his age, but his athleticism has waned a bit, as it tends to happen for guys in his 40s.
Are they watching the actual games? I understand the stats and all that, but are they watching the actual games? Because those are empty calories. Like sometimes LeBron is in the games in blowouts. You're talking about his average. We're talking about his impact. What is he going to impact the game against the good teams? Can LeBron, is he smart enough? Has he played the game long enough that he can leak out, cherry pick, and figure out a way to hit his numbers per quarter? Yes. If that's what you're talking about, cool. LeBron James know how to get his numbers. But we're talking about, does he still have an impact in a basketball game, a serious impact over the long haul? Some people say, yeah. I don't think stats is going to impact a series in the way that it takes to grind through a series to win. Do you see that OG won for the New York Knicks? It was extra effort. It was tip backs. It was more than just hitting threes. It was more than just being in between the lines, X's and O's. It was extra effort. And at 41 going into 42, the last thing I want to do is give some extra effort. Now, don't ask my boo about me now, because she know I ain't trying to get no extra effort. I'm trying to get it in. I'm back in the day, I'll give you extra effort. Now, I'm old. All that effort. What we doing all this effort for? We know what we trying to do. Get it done. I'm just saying. He know. He old too. Shit. Extra effort. He can't do no extra effort.
Basketball IQ is still historically high. Wherever he goes, that team is going to get a massive boost of know-how, of smarts, of savvy. And that, to me, is the biggest thing that he's going to bring wherever he lands. This is a guy who's been in every situation, who's finished off a ton of playoff series, a ton of games. Whatever team gets him is going to get a whole lot smarter, as I've done, thanks to Perk and Shanae.
Well, there you go. This is what happens when Stanford joins the show. Perk, but to both of these guys' point, right? When you're looking at LeBron James last year.
When you say impact, you're talking about throughout the season. I'm talking about when they get into a 7-game series where everybody out there is who they are. When you get into a 7-game series, LeBron James doesn't have an impact. You can hide him throughout the regular season. You can put him on the worst guy, let him stand there and wipe his jersey. But let's just say he's guarding OG for the New York Knicks, you got a tall task. Where do you hide him at when you start getting into the playoffs and getting into deep water? You can't hide then. By the time it gets into June, these players can all play that's out there on the court, all 5. So you're not going to be able to hide. So when you get locked into that type of series where guys are going to run him and run him and run him, and guys are going to be able to go back at him, and he's not going to be able to hide and rest, I don't think he has an impact. I don't. Not. I think it's going to be the risk reward is too much. He's going to get you empty calories, but the young guy. If I was coaching against LeBron at this age, where I know his hips are not working, listen, it's like body shots. It's like that front jab to the stomach. But I want his legs gone by the third quarter. That's what I would tell him. Just keep running wide and keep making them cross match, and it's going to pay dividends in the third quarter by the end of the third, because he's going to go sit down and rest. And what happens when you're older, once you stop moving and you sit down, things start to stiffen, things start to lock up. That's just nature. So when he comes back out for the second half, he has to warm up again. I would say attack him. First 5 minutes, let's blow him out the gym. I need my guys running, and I want you running for 5 minutes. I'll bring somebody out. 5 minutes, I want them cross-matching, and I want you to cross-match for threes this time. I don't want you to run for layups. I want you to cross-match, like run and switch. Cross up under the goal, because they got to do something. Austin Reeves and those guys are not good defenders. And if LeBron is saying help, help, help with other guys that are not good defenders, oh, man, it's going to be lob city or three-point city. And that's what you get when you start getting into a playoff series. So when I talk about effectiveness, I'm talking about both ends of the floor. I know people always only talk about offensive stats, and this is why I personally like Wemby, because Wemby puts it in your face that, hey, oh, wait now, I play defense. I know you talking about points and all that, and I got that too, but I play defense, and that's a part of the game. And what's going on is that majority of people are making excuses because a lot of these guys are not two-way. They're not complete basketball players. They're just one end of the floor guys. And anybody could do that. Nobody wants to play with a guy like that. If I play with you at the park and you're saying, hey, man, I'm not playing no D. Shit, I'm just waiting to shoot. Who the fuck gonna pass you the ball? Nobody. Nobody's gonna want to play with you. Because at the park where basketball was created, in these parks, you go to Rutgers, you go to Chicago, you got to be able to lock up. You got to be able to hold your own or shut up. And they're taking that rawness, they're taking that essence out of the game. They're making guys say, I don't do that. Like, what is this, diva basketball? I don't do that. I don't play D. I'm a shooter. Like, man, shut up. Real basketball, we'll mash you. You want to be a shooter? Hey, drop him every play. Let's make him something else. Let's make him into what we want to make him. That's basketball. You pick that scab. You don't just, I'm this, I'm that. And that's what they're turning this into. This is like love and hip hop basketball. And this is weird now. You know, that's not how basketball is. You're going to be what yeah, we can impose our will on you sometime. You know, now I don't see the impose your will type of game. It's just all this. But I do like these young cats. I like Caleb Wilson from Chicago. Oh, man. Chicago probably still going to be not that great right now, but that young man can hoop. He can go. I like Carr from the Lakers. He can go. There's a lot of young guys out there that can go. So hopefully these are two-way players. AJ is way player. I'm sad to even have to say that. Two-way player, a complete basketball player. You should care about both ends of the floor. The greats always cared about both ends of the floor. That's why they couldn't play this long. It was a letdown to your teammates to you not pull and be on that chain and be connected, because basketball is a unit. You're only as good as your weakest link. And if our link in the chain is weak on defense, then you can't play. We got to get stops. If you can't get stops, you don't even get to go on offense. If you go around the league and ask about every defensive drill, every drill in the NBA stops when you get a stop, not when you score. Because you got to get a stop in order to get the ball. If everybody just score on you, you get no stops, how can you fucking win? You got to win 3 quarters to win the game. So that comes with getting defensive stops. So the fact that ESPN and all these people have been trained to only talk about numbers, when some of these people are basketball players, some of these women are basketball players. Every drill stops and move to the next drill by the person who get the most stops, not the points. You got to be able to get stops. stops playing defense leads into all the points that you need. They'll turn into 3 points, 3-pointers. They'll turn into dunks. They'll turn into everything you need. So all of this, I don't get what they're talking about with these stats. These are empty calories to me. Empty.